What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Season 7 of my NHL 23 Columbus Blue Jackets Franchise Mode Series. As always, guys, thank you so much for support on these videos. If you wouldn't mind leaving that thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. As you can see here, through the preseason, we're currently 5-1. Bedard there averaging 2 points a game with 12 and 6. If you guys missed the last episode, big spoiler warning, we actually won our second Stanley Cup in 3 years. So I'm hoping this is like the start of a budding dynasty. Obviously, I think we have to win at least one more Stanley Cup to really, call ourselves that. Luckily, we still have 4 seasons left here. So I'll show you what the team is looking like. Definitely, we have the tools to do it here. A lot of good players. We got Gaudreau, Bedard, Zegras still in that first line getting a +5. They've been great together. Crystal, Celebrini, and Johnson on the second line getting a +3. Someone commented on the last video, it's Celebrini, not Celebrini. So hopefully he's right, and hopefully I'll remember to say it that way from now on. Third line here, Laine, Zetterberg, Dumais, they get a +5. Jordan Dumais, they're finally making the jump to the NHL team. Grand Pierre here was actually a player in the AHL for a long time. Very good defensive stats there. 92 D awareness, 88 stick check. He's playing on the fourth line with Boone Jenner and Ifello getting a +2. Defensively here, we got Renski and Clark still in that top pair. Jarek playing with Dickinson, they get a +5. Bomb pairings, Matachuk and Adam Jarek. This is, of course, David's brother. A very good defensive core there, in my opinion. Like, the top 4 is all 88+. Goaltending-wise, we got 86 Komiso. So we lost Saros, but we had to do it for salary reasons. 86 overall, and he's only making 1.7. Like, that's a great contract. Tarasov there backing him up. He's also like on league min, I believe. Yeah, he is. In terms of the special teams here, I mean, that first power play is awesome. I've actually got Laine on the first power play still, even though hasn't been playing the best, because I'm hoping has a bit better of a season. I'm actually probably gonna have to trade him after this year, so we'll see kind of how that goes. Even power play 2 there, some very good young players. 4-man power play 1 at stack, they get a +5. Same with 4-man power play 2. PK1 actually getting a +5 now with Dickinson, Jarek on D. Ifello, Jenner leading the way. PK2 there, you got Johnson, Grand Pierre. PK3, Celebrini, Dumais. So I think every single player on this team is getting some special team time, which obviously is usually what I try to do. AHL-wise, this team is also looking pretty good. Matthew Marleau here, we just drafted 5th overall. Looks to be a very solid prospect. Niederbach's in the middle there. Jacob Pro, 81. Really good shot, good hands. You got Francis Becker there, still a funny name to me. Bertuzzi, Texier. Third line there, Sanchez we got back in a trade. For Saros, Sniper there, a couple X Factors. Olivier still the enforcer there. Frazier, I think, is low elite. So some players coming up. Defensively, Hallweg here, 2077, me in top 4. I believe he's like our best defensive prospect. Edwards there, low elite, 72. Might become a player for us. Goaltending, this is such a funny thing to me. So he signed Allenfelt there for league min. I figured might as well, have an AHL starter. Last year, and I think even a few years prior, did not really play that good with Tampa Bay. Like, 2 wins and 13 losses is actually so bad. But he's still 85 overall, so hopefully he's like an AHL god, even though, couldn't make it happen in NHL. Samar there backing him up. He's 74 overall, medium lead. So, again, Allenfelt could play above Tarasov to be the back for the NHL, but honestly, Tarasov's numbers were just way, way better. And now, before I show you guys our ratings here, I actually first wanted to give an extension to Johnny Gaudreau. Of course, on the last year, the big deal he just signed in real life. He's an alternate captain. He's been with us for a while. We won a couple Stanley Cups. He wants 8.3. Extension dollars, we've only got 8.1. So we'll see if he takes like 7.5 for 2 years. Now, that's actually pretty much all of our money, and we still have to re-sign Zetterberg. So what I'm thinking is we'll trade away Laine and keep Zetterberg, because Zetterberg's younger, still growing. Definitely a much different player. Like, not a very good shot, but awesome playmaker. And I think in terms of production, they're pretty similar, but Zetterberg's a lot better defensively, so we can actually play PK, which is why, it makes more sense to keep him than Laine. Also, too, he's only going to want, I think, 6.5 to 7, depending how he performs this year. So we're still saving some money on Laine. So that's the way to go. But like I mentioned to you guys before we get started here with the sim, I'll show you our ratings for this season. So as you can see there, we have 100 offense, 95 defense, 85 goaltending. Let's see how this team does. Can they repeat as Stanley Cup champions? And there you have it, guys. Gaudreau did accept that extension there at $7.5 million. So we're actually saving some money on him for the next couple years, which is nice. And we're at December now, guys. The record of 22-11-1. So we're playing pretty good hockey. Only 3rd, though, in the division, because the Hurricanes and the Devils are just killing it. Both 50+ points. AHL-wise, take a look here. 22-8-1, 45 points on the year. I mean, I'm sure having an 85 goalie helps that out. Niederbach over a point per game. NHL-wise, Gaudreau actually leading score just over a point per game. So hopefully, team can keep it up. As long as we make the playoffs, I don't really care for a wildcard team or whatever. We have a shot at the Stanley Cup. All right, guys, we're on the trade deadline here with a record of 39-19-3. So the team's playing really well. We're currently 3rd, though, in the division still, because the Devils and the Hurricanes are just unreal. They both have 90+ points. So they're both the 2 best teams in the NHL. And if we stay in this 3rd spot, we're going to play one of them in the first round, which kind of sucks. But, I mean, you got to beat them either way, I guess, to eventually win the Cup. Gaudreau there still averaging over a point per game, AHL-wise. Niederbach well over a point per game. And the AHL team is 1st in division, so 73 points. So we don't really have to make a move here. Like, our team obviously is doing well. I will take a look and see how Komiso is doing as a starting goalie. Maybe to see how Laine is doing if we want to move him right now. Oh wow, I did not realize this. Alexi Lafreniere, do you have a contract this season? I always hate seeing that, like 92 overall, sitting out the entire year. Shabbat there actually signed with Vegas after we traded his rights to them. Evan Bouchard with the Kraken, Velarde, Puljujarvi, Uyghur, Cross Hanas, up to an 87. I think that's like the highest I've ever seen him grow, and he also doesn't have a contract. What the heck? Jonas Brodin, Alukinen, Hurdle. Okay, so there's definitely some options out there, but like I was saying, first we got to see what the goaltending situation's like, because if it's not too good, we definitely need to go and get somebody. Again, we have so many good prospect goalies. 2 high elites there, 2 medium elites. Like, are you kidding me? Comiso, I mean, those are decent numbers. 907, 2.8, and again, for that cheap price of 1.7 million, I think we actually extended him for, an extra 100K for 2 more years. Like, not bad at all. Tarasov as well, 900K the year after this one. I feel like for that cheaper price, you really can't get, much better goaltending tandem than what we have. Also, guys, I was curious. Look at Alan Felt's numbers in the AHL. He's got a 900 save percentage right on. Honestly, I was expecting like a 9.5 and 85 overall goalie playing the AHL. I'm not really sure why he doesn't sim better than this. Alright, guys, so right now I'm trying to get a trade to the Detroit Red Wings to get Cross Hanas. Obviously, like I mentioned before, doesn't have a contract right now, so I'm hoping because he's sitting out this year, we'll actually be able to get him a lot cheaper for next season, and that's kind of why I'm willing to make this trade, because an 87 overall, who we're going to get hopefully cheaper after he sits out a year, is worth a lot more than, one in free agency. So, moving on from one of our medium league goalies, Colin Nielsen there, only a 49 overall, quite low rated. Goulet here, 21.59 low elite. Pretty low rated there for a 21-year-old. I'm also, too, with Nielsen. I feel like because we got those 2 high elites we got to sign, we might end up having, like, too many Goulet contracts. So, trying to be proactive here. Again, a bit of a risk, but assuming we have to trade Laine after this season, Hanas, I think, could be a great, third-line left winger. Defensive stats there, 88 awareness, shot block, 93 stick check. He's a good skater there. He's got 90 aggressiveness, body check strength, solid shot, good hands. Like, kind of your perfect third-line left winger. I'm going to reject that trade there for Yanni Gourde, and we'll see whether or not Detroit says yes to this offer. And they do. Okay, so like I said, hopefully that works out for us. And so the trade deadline's not complete, guys. We only made the 1 trade there for Cross and Austin. I feel like the team's pretty solid. Plus, we also made a ton of moves last year, so keeping things together for the most part. Gave Velarde there to the Kraken. Evan Bouchard to the LA Kings. That's actually a pretty big trade right at the end, too. Brodin to the Predators. Tanner Jeannot there to the Senators. Joseph there to the Red Wings. Lundqvist to the Kings. Vince Dunn to the Canadiens. Our trade for Hernas. Sandin there to the Blues. Let's see, anything else? Soderstrom to the Devils. Heponiemi there to the Ducks. Weisblatt to the Preds. Rizika to the Canadiens. Dubé to the Rangers. Seth Jones to the Predators. Interesting. I actually wouldn't mind getting him on the team at least, one time, bringing him back. Evander Kane there to the Florida Panthers. Alex Wenberg to the Preds. So I feel like the big trade is honestly right at the end, Velarde for Bouchard. And yeah, that's the one that pops up with the blockbuster trade alert. And now because Cross Hanas doesn't have a contract, guys, obviously no change to the team. So just a quick update there before we get to the playoffs. Again, I feel like it's very solid. No reason why we can't repeat here as Stanley Cup champions. As for round the season here, guys, record of 54, 23, and 5. So a really solid year. As you can see there, we actually finished with 113 points, second in the division. So we get to play the Hurricanes to the Devils, which hopefully, is a good thing. Devils at 118. Do win the President's Trophy. We actually tied the Red Wings there for second in the NHL. So, a pretty solid year overall. AHL team, 42, 26, and 3. They actually finished third there in the division, so they slowed down a little bit. Let's see. Niederbach still finished, though, with over a point per game. Gaudreau also over a point per game. He had 90 there and 82. So, pretty happy still with, extending him. Been on the team a while. Has continued to produce. Bedard there, just over a point per game, was a 96. That's kind of that's his worst year in... Is that his worst year ever? It is. Wow. That's the lowest amount of points he's had. That's a little bit of cause for concern, I'd say, but hopefully just a random off year for whatever reason. Zegras there, 80 points. Also, slowed down a bit. Rensky, though, at 70 is very solid for defensemen. Celebrini there, 67. Hopefully that'll push him up to a 90. Zetterberg, 53. Same with Johnson. Crystal, 49. Laine, 48. Pretty close to 50 there. So we got 9 players on the team with 48 plus points. 10 ain't bad at all. Clark there was pushing 40. Jordan Dumais, 30 points his rookie season playing third line. That's also honestly not that bad. Goaltending stats here. Comiso, 9-1 save percentage, 2.74 goals against. I'm going to take that all day, especially the price we're paying him. Alan Felt in the AHL is an 85 overall goalie, had below 900. I just do not understand that. I mean, Samard here was a 74, and he had almost the same save percentage and a lower goals against. I just don't get it. So behind Niederbach there, you had Texay, the captain. Jacob Perreault played pretty well. Jeff Bertuzzi, 50. Probably Nate called up the NHL team very soon. Plekhanov, Marlowe, 43 is an 80. Considering how good his stats are, I did expect, more than 43 points from him on the first line, especially, more than 9 goals, but it is what it is. Overall, both teams had pretty solid years. Entire league here, Jesper Bratt went off, 109, leading the league in scoring. Ehlers there, Kaprizov, Hughes, Draisaitl, Makar, 98, Scheifele, Marner, Yzerman there, 96. He's actually a 91. We took Calabrini over him with a 2nd overall pick. Look at there. His puck skills are almost as good. Shots way better. Maybe Eiserman should have been the pick. Looking at the goals here, McDavid actually wins the Maurice Richard there with 51. Of course, McCarr defenseman in points after him. Usual suspects there, the guys that are always at the top. In terms of goaltending stats here, Kochetkov actually most wins. Tied with Komiso though, okay. And then save percentage for a starter, McKenzie on the Arizona Coyotes, .923. He was actually the guy with the low franchise potential. And then goals against here for a starter, also McKenzie. Thing is, he only had 19 wins in 40 games played. Sebastian Costa there had pretty good numbers. 66 games played, 44 wins, so he'll probably take home the Vezina. And then looking at rookie skaters here, Leon Ehrhoff, 53 points. Georgie May, though, was on the first page, which is nice to see. And now, as I mentioned, guys, we're tied for 2nd place in the league there with Detroit Red Wings. Devils, of course, winning the President's Trophy. Let's see. Last place, the Calgary Flames, 56 points. Goals for, we were 5th there in the entire league, which I'll take. And then goals against here. We actually were tied with the Red Wings for the best goals against. So, actually, you know what? They have 1 game left. So unless they get a shutout, we're winning the William Jennings Trophy, which is pretty awesome. Hopefully we do get that, because if they get a shutout, usually I find this game, for whatever reason, it just always gives like the tiebreaker award to the computer. I don't understand why, but it seems to do that. So we'll get started now, guys, with the playoffs. Regular season is over, and we got the Carolina Hurricanes in the first round. So hopefully we can get by them. As I mentioned, definitely rather play them than the Devils there, who won the President's Trophy. So Carolina here, Jared McCann on the team now, playing first line with Aho Svechnikov. Jarvis up to an 87, Matthew Savoy, Teravainen, this Nordgren guy, 88. Of course, Lindholm was on our team for a little bit, playing with Marchment there. Kokoniemi, Kopp, Fortier. Defensively, Slavin, Pesci, Bear, Nikishin, Bryson, and Spence. Starting goalie here, Kochetkov up to a 90. So, honestly, kind of surprising for this Hurricane team. I would say their weak spot's their defense. Usually that's their strong suit. But after Slavin there, like, pretty average defense. So, we'll see how we do. Very, similar teams in the regular season. Hopefully, though, our star power can kind of, pull us past them. First 2 games are at home. We get a 3-2 loss and a 7-1 loss. All right. Well, we're heading to Carolina now. Head to rally. Please don't get swept. 6-1 win. 4-3 OT win. Okay, let's go. We actually tied the series up. I was not expecting that. Game 5, 5-4 OT loss. I'm not sure why we're not playing well at home. Can we force Game 7? Game 6 here is a 5-1 loss. Wow. So after winning the Stanley Cup 2 times in 3 years, we unfortunately get knocked out in the first round of the Carolina Hurricanes. I mean, hopefully they go on to win the Stanley Cup so we can say, we lost to the eventual champ. AHL team still alive here in round 1. And as I say that, they lose Game 7. They're also going home. That is just unfortunate. And now the large results are in here, guys. Calgary picking first overall. Vancouver actually jumped from 7-1, so finally Canucks fans, having some luck there in the lottery. And look at this, I called it. Carolina Hurricanes actually won the Stanley Cup. So we did lose the eventual champions, which means, we're not as bad as, most first-round exits, I guess. Patrick Laine there was a point per game in the playoffs. I mean, he's probably still the guy to get traded. Regular season performance really hasn't been up to snuff for a guy making almost, $9 million. Crystal Zetterberg, where's the first line? Bedard there, 4 goals, no assists. Zegras 4 assists. Johnny Gaudreau, don't tell me. There's no way. Gaudreau had 1 assist in 6 games. Come on, I was just pumping his tires. He had a really good regular season. Komiso stats as well in the first round were not great. Hopefully, though, kind of, just a fluke. And now taking a look here at the playoff tree. After the Hurricanes beat us in 6, they beat the Devils in 7, playing against the President's Trophy winner. They beat the Red Wings in 7, and then they beat the Preds there in 5. So their easiest matchup was actually the Stanley Cup Final. Next year, guys, looking at the awards, of course, all the team ones. Individual here, Brack got the Art Ross and the Hart. McCarr, another James Norris for him. Jack Hughes, Lady Bing, that's actually back-to-back. He's 3rd in 5 years as well. Ehrhoff, Calder, McCann, Conn Smythe. Costa there did get the Vezina Trophy, his 2nd in 3 years. Komiso, though, got the William Jennings, which is very cool. Sergachev, Bill Masterton, Jets coach Jack Adams. Nurmi there, Selke Trophy, of course. He's the guy we originally drafted before trading him for Celebrini. Bratt, Ted Lindsay, McDavid, Maurice Richard. Now looking at the AHL awards. So I don't think we got a team award because, we finished 3rd in the division. Individually here, Svechkovsky, most points. McGinn there, MVP. Svechkovsky, most goals. Kessler here, best rookie. I think might have been a guy we drafted. I'll have to double check that. Pietrangelo, best defenseman now in the AHL. Hopefully he's keeping that Lumberjack slash under control. A new one there, best goalie in the AHL. Tarasenko maybe in the playoffs. Wow. Kessler there, sportsmanship. CC's community involvement, and then a new one there also, lowest goals against. And yeah, guys, I was right. Look at this. So William Kessler, the Manitoba Moose, 68 points, 72 games, almost a point per game. He's 78 overall now. We actually drafted him 4th round, 2025. But obviously, 2 Stanley Cups in the last 3 years. We can't be upset about some of our prospects we traded away actually becoming good. And next year, guys, we're taking a look at the retired players. Mark Scheifele there called it quits. Looks like he plays his entire career with Winnipeg, so that's pretty cool to see. Real life, good chance he gets traded. Hedman as well, retires there, whole career at Tampa Bay. Matt Duchene, Ryan O'Reilly, JT Miller, Pietrangelo, Kadri, Zach Hyman, Andre Palat, Riley Smith. So, I mean, some good players. You got Klingberg, Raquel. Definitely a pretty big retirement class there. Goaltending-wise, Robin Leonard, Casey DeSmith. That's about it. And so now at the draft here, guys, we'll see who's available in terms of gems. First overall pick is going to be a guaranteed medium franchise. Haven't had one of those, I think, since McKenna. Looking at the gems here, we've got a guaranteed medium elite. That's at 3, though. A low elite, 224. I'll take that. The 41 there, medium top 6. That's okay. Looking at potentials, another goalie who could be high elite. That's going to be like late second, early third. I mean, we've had really good luck. Got to take a chance. Guaranteed medium elite forward here. Tverdovsky, I'm sure I butchered that, but what a player. Not going to be high rated, 5-year NHL ETA, but still, guaranteed medium elite in like the 4th round. That is sick. Even this goalie below him, very good chance to be medium elite. He'll be like, yeah, 4th, 5th rounder. And look at this, guys. I was kind of curious. Jay Nastin here, supposed to go 1st overall. Similar style there, Wayne Gretzky. I mean, we're trying to trade Laine. We got a 1st round pick. Is there a way we can put together a package to get this pick? Probably not, but I figured why not try. We could also include Marleau there, the elite player in the AHL, and then throw in the 25th pick. I mean, Laine, Marleau, 25th overall for the 1st overall pick. Would the Flames do this? Probably not, but let's take a chance. Yeah, trade's rejected, but, you know, as Gretzky says, miss 100% shots you don't take. All right, guys, and now next year I'm trying to make a massive trade the Ottawa Senators. You can see there's a lot of moving pieces. To make it simpler, though, Patrick Kane and Matt Roy are both on expiring deals. They're just there for salary reasons because at the draft, for some reason, the salary cap still matters. We're getting back 2 elite prospects here from the Senators, both on the block. Cal Olis there, 2278 medium elite, 97 passing there for a playmaker. That's awesome. And then Jackala there, 62 overall, medium elite defenseman. Also, of course, a good prospect. Signing over Patrick Laine. I mentioned before, you know, a solid sniper there. 1st round pick this year's draft. Alan Felt, even though he didn't have the greatest numbers, has a lot of trade value as he is an 85 overall goalie, making league min. Then we're also signing over Chaika, Grushnikov just for the roster spots. They were like top 4 in HLD this year, but obviously very replaceable. Value is pretty equal. I mean, the 2 big pieces, the elite prospects are on the block. Let's see what the Senators say here. Trades accepted. Wow, okay. So I think that's an awesome return for Laine. Of course, we no longer have a 1st round pick this year, but it was like, you know, 25th or whatever anyway. There was no way we're getting a medium elite guy. We had to shed the cap space. And you can see there we still have a couple 2nd round picks, and I think all the best prospects we found were going in like that 2nd, 4th round anyways. And I'm not sure you guys making a small trade to Philadelphia Flyers, offering them a 4th round pick to move up, what is that, 15 spots on the 2nd round. They say no. I thought that was a pretty fair offer. Let's do a 4th and a 7th next year. Now they say yes. Hopefully that was worth it. Reason being, there's a gem I want. So we'll send a pick 44 here. And he's gone. The guy I wanted was Kachuk. Supposed to go 47. Let's take a look. 60 overall, medium top 6. Pretty solid player. Nothing amazing, though. So 1st round, Aston there. 82 overall, medium franchise out of the draft. Similar style to Wayne Gretzky. I don't know about that looking at him here, but he does look to be a pretty good player. Kobayashi, 82 overall, medium elite sniper. Awesome shot there right out of the draft. You got a 78 medium elite, 78, 74 medium top 6. Ooh, wow. Vegas there at 7 gets a medium elite, so they definitely lucked into that pick. Chicago as well, 63 medium elite at the number 11th pick. And so because we couldn't get the Kachuk guy, I guess we're just going to go for my next highest pin. It's a little bit early, or we could potentially trade back because I don't have to actually pick until 62 to get this goalie. All right, guys, so I'm going to try and get a 4th round pick back here since it ended up being for nothing. Minnesota says yes. So basically, we lost a 7th round pick on a chance. I don't really mind that. Sending to pick number 57 here. Looks like the goalie was not taken. So hopefully we can get him here. And yeah, Kavanaugh, high elite. Please be good. Please be high elite. High starter. Okay, I mean, we had pretty good luck the last couple of years. Both times landing a high elite goalie. So can't be too upset with that. And now next year, guys, I'm actually trying to trade back again. Minnesota Wild 2nd round pick this year for the Red Wings. 3rd round pick, which is actually the Flyers. And a 4th next year. They say no, I guess, because like when the draft gets later, not worth as much. What if you give us like a 6th this year? What if they at least give us like a 7th this year? There we go, okay. Because again, it was just going to be like picking a guy 20 spots early for no reason. So at least we get something out of it. And hopefully our guy is still there. He's supposed to go like 81, yeah. Aston here. Israel Aston, please be good. 64 overall, medium top 9. He had such a good chance to be a medium top 6. But he's a grinder, so potentially a future 4th line player. Now we're picking at number 89 here, guys. The next player on our list, we actually kind of got it close there. Central Scouting 99. Tverdovsky there again, I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Guaranteed medium elite from Slovakia. 50 overall medium elite pick, late 3rd round. Like, that is awesome. Even though he's low rated, you can't expect much more than that. Now in the 4th round here, pick number 123, Ted Ward. You know, good chance there to be low elite, but the guy we're actually going to be taking here is another goalie from Lithuania, Korobov. Good chance to be medium elite, and he is medium elite. Let's go. Lower rated, but not bad. And now in the 5th round here, guys, we'll see what's available, especially in terms of our pin. This guy, good chance to be medium top 4. Then we don't have a guy till, you know, 200s there, low elite gems. So let's take a chance on Heavy Bulin. Medium 7th D. All right, so swing and a miss there. And now with our next year, guys, we're just going to play it safe and take Stafford, the gem, low elite. 48 overall, low elite. He's another grinder, though. So again, decent chance. Could be a 4th liner for us. I think we still have a couple more picks, so probably just going to base it on potential. All the pins are gone. Hopefully one of those 50-50 medium elites. Russell Donovan. Take a chance. Winnipeg Ice. Medium bottom 6. All right. And then the last pick here, 222. I feel like that's a good number. Hopefully a lucky number. Basing it on potential. There's one guy there. Could be medium elite. Holden O'Mara from the Sarnia Sting. And medium bottom 6. All right. So definitely had some misses in this year's draft. But, I mean, that line A trade we made, shedding the cap space, getting 2 medium elite prospect back. Like, very happy with, you know, how the draft went overall. And we actually have to restart our NHL head coach now. Obviously, gonna do that. I mean, the dude's, I think, A+ everything at this point. Yeah, he is. So can't afford to lose him. And so we're at the resign phase here, guys. With 10.5 million in cap space. Connor Bedard's ratings actually gone down by 1 from 96 to 95. Same with Zegras, 93 to 92. Okay. Now Celebrini and Jarechek need new contracts after this year, so gonna cost us some money. Zetterberg, of course, we're gonna qualify. What's he looking at? 7.2. So about what he's asking for beginning of the season, but again, we could not afford him then. Hanas has actually gone down to 85. 5.7 he's still asking for. Are you kidding me? I want to qualify him, but I have no idea if we qualify him, like, what it would cost. It doesn't show that, and I'm not really sure what his previous deal was. Okay, so might have to just kind of... Oh, man, I don't want to lose him for nothing, so probably going to have to qualify and hope. Matt Roy, we just got back for salary. Jacob Perreault, 800K league min. He tore up the AHL. We'll keep him. IFL here, I think, is a very good 4th liner. 1.3 million. Let's do 2 years at 1.2. Hopefully he says yes. I think it's a fine contract. Alex TacTixHD, captain of the AHL team. He wants 1.2 million. What the heck, TacTixHD? League min, it makes sense. Not 1.2. Hopefully we'll say no, and then we'll get him free agency for the price we want. Niederback, there we go. League min. Now the guy we just got from Ottawa, 2278 medium elite. He wants 1.2. I mean, just gonna qualify him. He hasn't really proved to be an NHL player. Patty Kane's 40 years old. I'm just kind of curious. $7 million. He wants $7 million as a 78 overall player. Yeah, good luck. If someone else signs him to that, then they're more than welcome to. And now in terms of our goalies, guys, I think next year our channel will be the same. Comastone, Tarasov in the NHL. Samard here definitely deserves a shot as the AHL starter. 77 overall. That's also his role. And then I guess Cran here, the high elite, is already 71 overall at 20. He'll be backing up in the AHL. And then we still have Houston there. He'll be playing in juniors from Mississauga. As well, too, we just drafted Korobov and Kafanov. So, like, again, our goalie prospect pool is ridiculous. And in regards to Zetterberg, guys, we're going to offer him 6.5 for 4 years. See what he says. And our head coach is back. He says he's not entirely thrilled with the role we offered him, but only over I accept. What else does he want other than head coach? Does he, like, want my job or something? Like, what a reply after, you know, coming back as the head coach. Olivier there, still the enforcer in the AHL. IFL wants more money. This guy accepted for the AHL. Same with Perreault there. Cran. Zetterberg rejects, wants to go to free agency. Sposel's coming back. Sam Niederback, Tierney. So I feel like we'll have a better chance of signing Zetterberg. We give him the years he wants, so I'll keep it at 4. I'll give him a 250K raise. I have fellow here. We'll just try what he's asking. And then Hanas, I am going to qualify just again to make sure we don't lose him. Assuming he doesn't sign like day 1, we should be okay. And there you go. IFL does say yes. Same with Zetterberg. All right. So after that, we still got 4.8 million to sign Cross and Os, which honestly is probably close to being, you know, the money we need. And I think that's all we have left. So let's see. He wants 5.7 for 1 year. Does not get any, you know, cheaper on multi-year deals. So we'll give him the 4.8 for 1 year. See what he says. Decide to reject. All right, so yeah, we just have to, you know, play the long game and hope we can get them cheaper during the summer. Also, too, guys, as you can see here, I've got tons of qualified prospects. For some reason, they all want over $1 million, even though they're AHL players, and most of them like aren't that crazy good. So we're gonna wait it out, and hopefully they just accept for like, you know, 800K or whatever. And so we're at the free agency period here, guys. Again, probably not gonna be able to sign anybody. Although we do have almost 5 million, so we could sign somebody and then just, you know, trade away Krasnos's contract. A lot of good players available here by the looks of it. Alexander Holtz. You got Crosby there, 41 years old, still 89 overall. That is ridiculous. Last year he had 88 points. Like, this dude's such a beast. Lucas Raymond, Hiddle there. Benak, Jarvis, Dubois, Fabian Lysell, Kiva Harju, RFA, of course. Ethan Gauthier. You got Michael Bunting there. Hellenis, Kevin Fiala. Like, are you kidding me? Kosick, Doc, Krebs, so many good players. Dylan Gunther. Goaltending-wise, really no one that we would need. Dustin Wolf, 8th overall. Surprised I don't think I actually got that high rated, but For league min, it's a very good contract. Take a look here at two-way goalies, just in case some medium elites fell through the cracks. Does not look like it, though. Skaters here. Fraser Minton, 24.79 UFA. What? This guy could be top-line AHL, and he's actually got a few years left to grow. I'll definitely pay him the extra again for the last 3 years here of the franchise. Now, Emil Bemstrom's also available, guys. 30 years old, 81 overall. I feel like he could be fun to bring back the AHL team. Give him a 1-year offer there. 81 overall is pretty solid. Also, Lucas Dragicevic here, 24.78. Medium top 4D potential. Of course, we just traded away a couple guys to Ottawa, so could bring him in. And now, you know what, guys? Rather than trying to sign Cross and Oss, who's down to an 85, instead I'm actually going to go for Shane Pinto, who's also 85 overall, only asking for $4.2 million. 20 years old, pretty young, especially with only 3 years left to go. Last year there, he had 42 points and almost 14 minutes of ice time. Look at defensive stats there. 92 D awareness. That's obviously the big thing for me. Like 5-star defense. Physical solid. Okay shot in hands. But I feel like he's a guy that can play PK, decent skater, help out on the third line. So we'll see if we can get him locked up. Do we want him for 3 years? I think the third year we're actually have some cap trouble. So let's try 2 years at 4.4 and see what he says. All right, guys, there we go. Bemstrom said yes. Again, I think he'd be like a leader on the AHL team. Fraser Minton as well said yes. Dragicevic help with the defense. Washington here offering us some picks. I fellow who just resigned, so I'm going to say no there. Shane Pinto appreciates the interest, decided to sign with the Vancouver Canucks and offer him enough money, even though we actually offered him more than he's asking. Alright, guys, next year I'm trying to trade Peacock and Walter the Anaheim Ducks for a third. Basically, we only have one open contract spot. Peacock, 24.73 medium top 9. Walter, 24.76 medium top 6. Both looking like they'll max out at high 70s. They have some value, though, trying to get a third round pick back. Trades rejected. Wow, okay. I mean, I guess we could take a 4th this year. Maybe give us like a 4th and a 7th. Still no. Can we get a 4th rounder? There we go. Okay, so at least we got something. And after missing out on Shane Pinto, guys, I'm actually eyeing Peyton Krebs here. 86 overall, only wants $3.5 million. You can see very good puck skills. Shot there is not the greatest. He does have solid defensive stats like 88 awareness, 89 stick check. Physical's low, but he's a good skater. And again, for that price, literally almost half of what Hanas is asking for. We can still trade him, hopefully get some picks back to make up for, of course, the prospects we gave up. So, Krebs, I like to choose as well. I mean, we have the money. Don't have to overpay him, though, if we don't need to. Just 2 years, 3.75, get it done. If not, again, we always have Hanas to fall back on. And there we go. Peyton Krebs did say yes. Okay, so penciling him in like third line left wing. And at this point, too, we're just going to trade Hanas for whatever we can get. Again, I think he gave up like a medium league goalie and a low elite prospect. So I would like, ideally at least a 2nd round pick. All right, guys, so right now I'm trying to trade the rights to Cross and Oss to the LA Kings for a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round pick. I feel like I'm a nice GM, so I'm sending him to LA, even though he's asking for too much money. I think that's a pretty good return for 85. Like we trade from, of course, where he's an 87. He dropped in rating. Getting back a haul of picks here. The value's pretty equal. Picks are on the block. They want him. We'll see what they say. Trades rejected. What about just the 2nd and the 3rd? That's still rejected. Let's see if Tampa Bay is willing to do the 2nd and the 3rd round pick. And they are. Okay, so there we go. I feel like that's not a bad return for him. And now, so we'll start next season, guys. We just got off here from the Senators. Ryan Johansson in 2 4ths for Pecker and Iaffello. Bringing Johansson back to the Blue Jackets would be kind of cool. So we'll see what his rating is. 83 overall there. 5 goals, 20 assists. He's got decent defensive awareness. The thing is, what is he making? 1.4. Iaffello's making less money and just better defensively. So probably say no, but I'll keep that in mind. And look at this, guys. We're now in September. Alex Texier still available in free agency. Only wants $800K. So as I mentioned, we're bringing back the AHL team. See if he does 2 years there, even 3, just to keep him as the captain. Not have to worry about losing him again. All right, guys. I'm next going to show what the team is looking like for next season. I think it's pretty much the exact same, except for the 3rd line. So first line, Gaudreau, Bedard, Ziegler, so the +5. Crystal, Celebrini, Johnson on the 2nd. We now have Krebs, 3rd line left wing, playing with Zetterberg, Dumais. 4th line there is the same. Defensively, no change. Goaltending there, no change. So like I was saying, the NHL team is pretty much the same. Celebrini has grown, though. He's now 90. Jenner down to 78. I think is probably the biggest downgrade. Probably what to retire next season. Still wearing the C for us, though. AHL-wise, the team looks absolutely stacked. This Sanchez guy, first line. 76 overall, but look at his shot. 5 stars there. And he's playing with Perreault and Marleau. Both guys, I think, very good playmakers. Give him the puck. 2nd line's kind of nasty. Bemstrom, Niederbach, Olis there. They get a +2. Olis is the guy we got from Ottawa. Immediately potential, 98 passing. Plekhanov is an 80 now, playing with Bertuzzi. Pecker on the 3rd line, also get a +2. Fraser, Minton, Texier. Texier just kind of there for moral support on that 4th line. Defensively here, Nazco, Hallweg, Dragicevic, Svozil, Edwards, and Jakula. Jakula we just got from Ottawa as well. So, some good high-rated players, some good prospects. Goalie-wise, Samard 79 overall, medium elite starting. Krantz 73, high elite backing him up. So, both teams look solid. I think the one issue probably for the NHL team is most of these guys are playmakers, aside from Bedard and I think Crystal. Like, everyone on this team, at least in the top 9s of playmakers. So we'll see if that affects it at all. If we're not, scoring enough, we might have to go make a trade, switch things up. But all right, you guys, I'll show you what the ratings look like for this season. Didn't actually make the events the day there. I meant to show you the ratings. So as you guys can see here, team has 98 offense, 94 defense, and 85 goaltending. We'll see if that's good enough to win our 3rd Stanley Cup or not in the next episode. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.